most famous physical therapist on the internet.
Hi, folks. I'm Bob Schroep, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical
We
therapist.
are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course,
Today,
Bob.
good news.
Mhm.
If you're diagnosed with DDD, degenerative disc disease, you must know this.
Absolutely, Bob.
I'm waiting to hear what you're going to be saying about this, Brad,
Bob-
because how can that be good news?
Believe me, if you're diagnosed with it, you really want to listen up because this is good news. But
All right. If you're new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos on how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. And yes, you'll want to go to our website, bobandbrad.com, because we're always giving something away. Right now, we're giving away the Renfo massage pillow. We're giving away a couple of these. Really nice device for if you have DDD.
right, yeah,
You know,
it's good for those back muscles.
Yeah,
for
so
sure.
you can also find it on Facebook. If you want a shorter version of us, go to Instagram and Twitter. We have a 60-second version of our show every day. All right, so what is this DDD, Brad?
Well, Bob, before we get too far
It's
into
a
this,
disease.
well, degenerative disc disease. A friend of mine 25 years ago distinctly remember this. He said he was diagnosed with it. He was about 25 years old. He is a hunter, fisherman, physical job, and he was very concerned. He was
I bet he thought his life was over.
well, he figured by the time he was 40, we're going to be done with.
Yeah, in a wheelchair. He probably thought.
And today he's almost retired. He's in the upper 50s like us. And he's still working the same job. He still hunts, he still fishes, and he's planning a retirement to do the same thing. So what's the big deal?
Right.
Yeah, so how did this occur? So we're going to tell you. As a matter of fact, in a sense, I have degenerative disc disease at one level.
I probably do too.
Right.
I mean,
exactly. So the first thing, if you do some research on this and you look at it, it's a misnomer, Bob. It's really not a disease. It's a condition of natural aging process.
right. It's just like gray hair and wrinkles.
Right.
On the outside, you're going to have stuff going on the inside.
Exactly.
That's deteriorating.
Exactly.
So,
As a matter of fact, there was a study done on people between the ages of 40 to 59, and 1/3 of those people had some degree of DDD. And they had, many of them had no symptoms.
Right.
It's just a matter that the discs, the fluid in the disc starts to decrease. Let's show.
yeah, let's show.
Right. I don't have my pen
So
here.
this is absolutely true with that.
I'm going to use your pen, Liz. Okay, so here we've got the spine, and you see the discs between each vertebra. They're thick. The vertebra thick, and now look at this one. It's the red is just so you can see it better, but this disc is thinner than the rest of them.
The water has drained out of it.
Yeah, it comes out over time, and
Right.
I'm not going to get into the story of imbibition of how discs work every day, but the disc slowly decreases in height, and that is degenerative disc disease, and it happens to pretty much everyone as you age.
Right.
Okay, particularly in the 50s, 60s, and so on. The body typically does adjust to it.
Right. Your body is amazing on how it adapts to these issues.
Right.
So,
And the other part is both Bob and I have been reading this book by a PhD he's expert in the low back,
yeah,
treating low
he
back
is-
pain.
He is the guy.
And
Stuart McGill.
yep, Stuart McGill. And what he states that oftentimes the disease is misdiagnosed, which I have a feeling may have been happening to my friend.
Sure.
But one way or another, he's doing
Yeah,
quite
even
well.
if you have it, it may not be that big an issue, and it may not be causing your pain. It might be
Right.
something else, and you may not have it.
Right.
So that's the two issues we're going to bring up.
So if you do have it, which is a good chance you do as you get older, and it is causing you pain, which is very possible, the other good news is it takes care of itself over time. And as you get older, things settle in, the body adapts. And as a matter of fact, I got proof of that with my back. I'll show. Oh, I still got your pen, Liz. Here's x-rays of my back in 2013. This might be, I'm going to try to, why don't you grab the spine here? So this is looking at me from the side.
Which way are you angled here?
Facing
This way.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So the sacrum is here, and then the vertebrae are here. So here is the sacrum. I got it outlined with black so you can see it. The L5 vertebra here and L4. This is also spondylolisthesis. But if you look at this disc, It's degenerative to the point where it does not exist
It's
at all.
gone.
It's gone. This disc is about 50% gone. So these two discs definitely have DDD. They have stenosis here and spondylolisthesis. So this back is not a healthy back. Again, these are my x-rays from 2013. And at that point, I had these x-rays, so my back was pretty painful. I had nothing done with it with the exception of conservative treatment, my exercises.
Sure.
And now 7 years later, I'm hunting, I'm fishing, I'm doing
Right.
triathlons. I still got to watch what I'm doing,
Right.
but I'm not.
And this is an extreme case here.
Yeah,
When
right,
it gets to
right.
the point where they fuse.
Right.
So-
So, if that gives you any hope, if you have it, been diagnosed and you have back pain, you can improve with it.
Yeah, generally I don't remember the exact years, but the painful years are like from 20 to 40, 20 to 45 or something like that. And then things start to work their way out.
Right.
Not that you're going to have pain throughout all those entire years, but I'm saying there's a good thing to aging. sometimes.
Yeah, the discs actually start to get more rigid. They're
Right.
not going to continue to degenerate.
They're not going to bulge on you as much. They're
Right,
not going to
yeah,
herniate on you
right,
as
and
much.
that's all good
So-
news. Other things, surgery is an exception. There are not people that have surgery as a result of DDD. Okay, so if that makes you feel better as well, what are you going to do? What are the conservative treatments that you're
So
going to do?
you're saying, I'm sorry, I didn't follow you on that. Surgery is not an option?
No, it's an option, but it's not done very often.
Right.
It's
right.
it's the exception.
Yeah.
yeah. That was
it's very rarely done.
right.
Okay.
Right.
Gotcha.
Thanks for because
Well,
I'm sure if you didn't understand it,
Yeah.
a lot of our viewers were
Right.
thinking the same thing.
So these are the things that we try to do with treatment.
Right. And we're not going to go in a lot of detail, but the big thing is avoid movements that irritate your back. So if bending over to lift things up irritate your back, you're going to have to change how you bend. Avoid lifting, avoid bending. But
Well, really, the thing is learning to do it correctly.
Right.
I mean, because you really want very little movement in the back.
Mhm.
All the movements coming from the hips.
Yep.
When they tell you to lift with your legs, it's not just lift your legs. It's also not bend your back.
There you go.
And we're going to have some in-depth videos on these coming up. But
right.
but if you can learn to lift right without pain, tighten up your stomach.
Yep.
You can knock your pain levels down to the point they are gone.
Right.
So
Exactly the whole point of this. The other thing is avoid twisting.
yes.
A lot of twisting, and your body's going to tell you if you do movements and it creates pain. Your body's telling you.
And they're yelling at us right now, Brad. I can hear them say, "Well, I have to twist sometimes." No, you don't. You just move your hips along with it.
right.
So instead of going like this, you go like this.
Right.
You move your entire body. You learn movement patterns.
Sure. Kind
So-
of hard in the car, but that's why they got video cameras
That's
now.
why they got video cameras in the car, right? And
Yeah.
that's a lot of times your neck. You can do it, not your
Sure.
back.
Yep.
So
So bending, lifting, all those things. We're going to have a lot of videos on these types of treatment.
right.
The next thing is if you need a hot pack, you respond well to a hot pack. We're going to give you some information right now.
Yeah,
on-
we actually like Thermotech's infrared because normal heat just penetrates a few millimeters.
skin deep, basically.
And this Thermotech's or infrared heat actually penetrates 60 millimeters or 6 centimeters or
2.36
6 inches.
According to studies.
so. Brad and I use this on a regular basis.
Yeah.
I mean, I use it as preventive. It's really nice as things are starting to get cold.
oh,
I mean, because I have this in my chair. I just leave it on.
right.
No, I used to turn it off. I leave it on now. I sit down
I've been
right
guilty
away.
of that. I did turn mine off this morning because I was a little conscious of it. But yeah, this goes in my recliner with my lumbar support, and then this is on top of it.
It does come with straps. Are we going to try this, Brad, or not?
Sure. Well, yeah.
It's under pressure. When you hold it right there. So what's nice about this is you can put this on and you can actually work with it because it's got a 6-foot cord.
Yeah.
And if you're done, you have to go to the bathroom or something, you just unplug it like this and come back to it later then.
Right. This works good for if you're at a computer station or if you're working with something where you don't have to obviously walk more than 6 feet away.
But I honestly think this is part of your success too, Brad. I mean, when you can get some deep heat, some healing every night,
right.
I think it's just going to make things a lot better.
Right.
And
The heat's going to
so-
increase circulation. It's going to relax the muscles, allow things to heal more because it's not going to be a fast process, but you can accelerate it. So, and the other thing, and there are some red flags, you
Yeah.
know, if you're having severe pain, particularly if you're having pain, numbness, tingling going down one of your legs, you need to see the doctor.
Yeah,
You're,
there
you're
are
not
things
gonna,
we can do. You can try,
right,
and we'll be going over that in the future too. Basically, nerve flossing, and you know when you're having radicular signs, as we
right,
call it.
pain down the leg. So we've got more answers, but again, there's times when you do need to see the doctor, and maybe there are some things that need to be done by
Right.
professional help.
Yep. Exactly. Well,
All
remember, Brad
right,
and I can fix just about anything.
except for
A broken back.
oh,
No, a broken heart.
broken heart,
A broken
Bob.
heart.
There.
Yeah.
Well, we're working. I was
We're
talking
working.
to someone today at the Y about it, but we
You
didn't
giving
get too far.
relationship advice now?
Well, no, there was. We don't want to get into it,
Yeah.
Bob.
All
But
right.
I'm working on it.
All right. Thanks.